Some Jews here in America are so far off the concept, they don't understand what their own religion says. And what they do is, the one thing they don't accomplish on Hanukkah is lighting a kosher menorah. What they'll do instead is they'll just buy one that you can just plug into the wall, right? Yeah. You've ever seen these?
Yeah.
You don't get credit for them, you did a nothing. They light that in, and then they do everything else. You know, let's have a Hanukkah bush. Let's have Hanukkah Harry. And it's really like we aren't secure with our own Jewishness. We feel different and we feel insecure and inferior because all the Goyim around here have like all this fun stuff for their holiday. So we'll give presents on Hanukkah. We'll give, we'll have Hanukkah Harry and a Hanukkah bush. None of that has anything to do with Hanukkah. Please, if you're going to take Christmas, you want to celebrate Christmas, go. You feel bad, go. Because all Hanukkah is, it's a menorah. And you light the oil, and that's what you do. That's Hanukkah. Don't turn Hanukkah into Christmas. And it's not even real Christmas anyways. It's a commercialized, watered down, perverted form of Christianity. And they take like this, they just make it like, Americanized. Am I right about that? They turn it. It's like some creepy combination between Christianity and Disneyland. It's like a hybrid. It's like we're going on the Christmas ride, Santa the sleigh, and whatever. Am I making any sense here?
Yeah, it's folks have a choice between doing authentic religion or just doing kosher style religion. So the great thing about traditional Judaism is you're doing the real thing. So you may not do all of it, but you know that what you do is the real thing. And the problem, the nagging feeling that you get when you step into Reform and Conservative is that you're not doing the real thing. And so it doesn't feel authentic, and so it can leave you feeling unexcited, unpassionate, unenthused, and just feeling like you're constantly compromising. Now, most people are going to be constantly compromising, but if you step into a traditional shul and do the traditional service, then at least while you're doing that, you don't feel like you're compromising.
Okay, I think that was well stated. Always stick with. My feeling is if you're gonna do Torah or if you're gonna do Christianity, do it right. Do it 100%. Don't pussyfoot. Go at it. Do it the whole thing, or don't do it at all. That's how I say it. Don't do this watered down. Don't water coat it. Water it down into something that's nice, that it's not. Because basically you're not following that religion, you're following yourself. And you're just fitting in that parts of that religion that work into your present lifestyle, but you're not willing to change your lifestyle for that religion. So you didn't do anything. It's better not to be religious at all at that point. Have nothing to do with it. If you're going to do a religion, do it 155%. Go into it full blow. Drop whatever it is that you were doing before, change your lifestyle, and dive into the religion. That's what I say. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's great to step into a synagogue and see 3 or 4 generations of a family right there praying together. I mean, that's unbelievably moving. I'm sure you get that in some churches as well. If people are committed to the real thing, then they perpetuate it over the generations. If people aren't committed to the real thing, then they don't tend to perpetuate it. So if you step into a house of worship and you got many generations of the same family there praying together and performing the religious rituals, you know that you're attached to something real.
Okay. All right. So I just want to tidy up here and finish up my point that it bothers me when people who take the high road, look at me, I have nothing to do. We lost every viewer maybe. I have nothing to do with Christmas. I distance myself from Christmas, but I'm going trick-or-treating. To me, that's complete hypocrisy. Either you celebrate Christmas, you celebrate Halloween if you want, whatever, or you do neither. But don't cherry pick and because all my liberal friends tell me, or all my Jewish friends tell me, we don't celebrate Christmas, so therefore I'm not going to do it because I'm just going to follow everybody else because I'm not a thinker. I'm just an idiot who follows everybody else. But then, I got to send my kids out to go trick-or-treating. Because that is inconsistent, that is garbage, that is hypocrisy. It doesn't add up. All you're doing is looking like a fool because all you're doing is going with like popular stupid opinion. Okay? Popular stupid opinion amongst liberals in this country is to take great offense to Christmas because it has the word Christ in it. And anything having to do with Jesus or with Christianity, they take terrible offense from. And they hate it and they blame the world's problems on it. Right? But Halloween, oh, that's fun. Oh, we get to dress up and everything, so we're going to, you can't cheat us out of that. Like, come on. Come on, be consistent, don't be an asshole. All right, next. Hey, Esther's in the room. Say hi to Esther. She says hi. Hey, guys. All right. Okay, so that's it. You have anything to say on that?
So do you think Herman Cain sexually harassed two women?
Wait a minute. I'm talking about one thing at a time. Do you have anything else to say on the topic of Halloween versus Christmas? No. You talked out. Okay, so go ahead. Bring up your point.
Herman Cain, he's been accused of sexually harassing two women, and they apparently got payoffs. And I find it interesting that all the conservatives are immediately attacking this report, while I just want to know if the report is accurate. Like, if Herman Cain acted like a scumbag.
Okay, I can answer that part. I can answer that part.
And if he didn't, if he's innocent, then I back him. But I don't automatically assume that these reports are false.
All right.
I don't automatically assume they're true either.
Can I cut in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I can tell you why that the conservatives might already be very suspicious. And here's why. When a black man, right, gains, when a conservative black man, it looks like they're going to have a position of power, okay, in this country. The liberals have shown that they need to go out and destroy him. Okay? We saw this when Clarence Thomas was nominated 20 years ago this time, about 20 years ago, by Bush 1 for a Supreme Court nomination. Right? Do you remember this?
Yeah.
And what did they do? They pulled out from the woodwork this Anita Hill, and she claimed all this stuff about sexual harassment.
Yeah.
Right? And I never saw proof that it happened. It was a he said, she said. This was the definition of a he said, she said. Right? And it's funny because we're talking about picking a Supreme Court justice, which is the highest court in the land, and if you know anything about law, when there's a he said, she said, and you're the jury, or the jurist, you got to dismiss it because it's not enough evidence. Why should I believe you over you, right? You didn't bring me anything, right? It's a 1 against 1, okay? It's just a he said, she said. So they didn't prove anything. They just went out and smeared his reputation, right? It was character assassination. They brought one witness against him. It was him against her, but they knew they weren't it wasn't enough to kick him out.
Derail his nomination.
It wasn't good enough to not get him nominated, but it would be enough to slander his good name. It would be enough to slam him and try to trash him publicly and smear his image. It was slander. It was horrible that they did this. Okay, and like the big liberals were behind it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so fast forward 20 years later, almost to the day. Now they didn't say anything about Herman Cain when he was like running second or third, but now that he's now polling in the front, out comes the sexual harassment card. Well, where have we seen that before? When did we see that? Because when a black man who's conservative is about to take position of power, the left needs to bring out the sexual harassment card to slam him. So of course the conservatives are going to be suspicious that some sort of bullshit is going on. Maybe it is true, but the fact that it's happening just smells of Clarence Thomas, part 2. So I don't blame them for going, whoa, this is bullshit, right? Because this is the way of the left. This is the pattern of the liberals, that they can't stand a black man who's conservative moving ahead, because they want all black men to be held down on the plantation, right, enslaved, maintain the slave mentality, enslaved to the Democratic Party, enslaved to the liberal philosophy, you know, you're going to get your money from the government, you know, and just do what we say and don't do nothing.